give this a try. See how this works. That missed. This is kind of confusing. Hopefully I don't break my window. Ah! Ooh, don't hit the damn phone. Wish I could back that up further. So calm myself down, get into a pattern. So I'm breaking everything. That ain't gonna hit my phone, is it? Yeah, I think it will. Ooh, now if it breaks, it might land on it. Oh shit. I probably don't want to. I don't think it's gonna break though. I probably should watch how hard I'm hitting it. Oh shit. I gotta figure this out. Where this needs to be. Probably ought to put that thing more on an angle too, instead of putting it here. Let's see what I get here. Yeah. See what happens with that. Should have warmed up before I did this. Screw it. I haven't made a video in a while. And it felt too good. I suppose that's not an excuse for not training, but I have been practicing, I just haven't been videotaping it. Oh, that thing probably whack you. It's not in range though, but yeah, there you go. One, clear that out of the way. That, clear that. Now from here, that's what I do here. 1, 2, stab. You know, that fucking thing's gonna break. All I got is clothesline up there. I didn't see if I got more of that paracord, that or whatever the hell this nylon rope is. I think I got more of it, and that'd probably work better than this frickin' nylon cheap rope I got up there. And now I'm gonna whack myself. Maybe I just can't combine them two. This one keeps moving. I probably need to have a better way to hold this in place, maybe. What can I do? I know what I can do. Oops. On the wrong side of it. Oh, crap. There we go. Alright, I'll take this thing and go like this. Maybe that'll work. Whew. Maybe I have to figure out something else. Okay, that's what I had. This, something like this going on. I need to hold this in place so it don't move. I could just put a pull tie on it. Yeah, I'll just do that for now. I thought I could wrap it in there and get it to hold in place, but I don't really have the strength to do it. After I do my pull ties. Ta-da. Good old pull tie. Put that up there. I can go like this too. I think hold it better, wouldn't it? And I go this way and this one. That'll work out. There you go. Is that where I want it? Or do I want it back more? Oh, I can still move it, just not as. This ain't gonna go flying away from it. Maybe that would work. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, it'd be kind of cool if there was one down below here. Instead of it being like this, where it's on top of it. Because then that'd be like a head. But, whatever, it don't matter. It could be striking into the body too. Be cool if it had another one up top here. Head shape. And you could have another stick down on the bottom too. But I gotta figure out how to set my camera up better. Or my phone up better. Oh, I need to start practicing again. I just haven't been feeling good, man. Whenever it gets cold, it gets hard on me. I don't like the cold at all. At least it warmed back up though. I think we're in that El Nino. So hopefully maybe we'll have a mild winter this year. Yeah. I think if I'm at you, it will whack, 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 whack. Shit. That thing will knock the fuck out of me if I'm not careful. That'd probably be funnier than fuck. I think I'm spinning at you like that. So this is probably 25 pounds. This thing will come one and you whack, whack, whack. Boo, 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 like that. Because it does move fast. It's almost like a real person. I mean, it's kind of unpredictable too what it's doing because it just bounces around on here. You know, with people, you can get into predictable patterns and stuff. And this thing, you start putting energy into it and knocking it around. You know, I don't know where it's going to come. It's going to come back and crack me if I'm not careful. So this is kind of fun. I mean, it's almost like sparring. There's consequences if you screw your shit up because you'll get whacked, but you're probably not going to get, hopefully you won't get whacked too bad. At least I haven't so far. And I do got to be careful because I do have that damn pains. And you think I'd learn. That's how much I love martial arts. I still don't care if I get beat up, I guess. But I do have to be careful and make sure I don't get hit in the face too hard. Because I haven't yet. I've been pretty good about protecting myself so far. I mean, I've had the rope whack me, but it's not that bad. If it hits you right in the eyeball just right, like, and it's got a good whip in it, it frickin' hurts. Alright? But most of the time, I think I've got my sensitivity to where when that happens, I've usually got the stick up or I've got my hand up or something, and usually it's hitting that. And that's what I want to do in my training anyways, because I'd rather get fucking hit in the hand than have my eyeball smashed out. You know, whether it's a punch or knife or fucking club or whatever, you know. And so that's kind of why I like that, because it trains that. Oh, I got to cover up that damn thing. Gonna hit me in the eyeball, man. So, I mean, this is easy training for someone that's ill like myself. This isn't for the young dudes. Young dudes ought to be wrestling and sparring, and you know, if they have good health and they're athletic, go for it, man. If you don't have good health, then maybe do something like what I'm doing. You know, you can still train. You know, not everyone's just you know, not everyone turns into a physical animal. Some people don't. Some people are challenged with not having a strong body or strong physical part of themselves. They're not athletic. That don't mean you can't learn. It don't mean you can't train. And that don't mean you can't develop yourself and deal with whatever it is you got to deal with. And, you know, you work at it, you will develop. And everyone develops in their own way. Everyone's life is different. They have different needs from martial arts training. I'm trying to get a little cardio, and I want to keep, you know, because I was kind of into, you know, fighting art, you know, arts that you really fight and stuff in. Well, I want to keep up with that too, but the reality is I can't get whacked and hit by my friends anymore, unfortunately. So I do this more. Because it's a little bit safer way for me to practice. Bring that one in. That one like that. Whack. Watch that damn thing. Now, as long as I keep this away from me, this thing won't hit me. You know? And if it does come towards me, I can do one of these, and then do that. But I have to control this. If I don't control this thing, it will whack me. And at the same time, when this rope's not tied here like it was, I have to be aware of this thing, and I have to, you know, both be a little firm and a little, hey, get off me, and shoving it back, while at the same time be sensitive enough to, hey, this damn thing's going to get me if I'm not careful, not to mention these. So this seems like it'll work. don't know where I get, you know. I watch a lot of different guys on YouTube do stuff. I've been using a rope like this forever. Which that is, I don't know if I learned this from Filipino or, I think Filipino people, dudes showed, but I think I also like boxers. I've seen boxers do stuff like this and hit that rope and crap too. I've seen them do stuff like that. And just, you know, hey man, just get inventive and fucking build training equipment out of whatever you have. I need to start doing my 30 minutes to an hour to get better discipline. You know, there's not really that much excuse because I'm in pain and blah 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 and I'm a whiny bitch. That's not what it is more, but I am in pain, you know. And sometimes when I exercise, it does make it worse. I'll keep that away from me and my feet too, but I knock on my ass. Give him one of them between the eyes. Walk! Get off me, motherfucker! This probably isn't a bad way to train, sitting on your ass like this. You get knocked on your ass. I mean, I'm good enough standing up. I'm probably as good as I'll probably ever be. This probably is wise for me to practice like this because being I'm getting older, I'm going to sit down a lot more. And I choose to sit on my mats because then it'll make me get strong because I got to get up. Even if I got to rely on my stick to help me get up, I'm still helping me get up. My muscles are staying strong rather than just sit in a chair all day. You know, and I try to do this shit or play guitar. I sit a lot in the chair when I play guitar. I do admit that. But I only ever play guitar for maybe an hour or so at a time. And then I try to do, you know, stretch out and exercise. Now, sometimes I have sat there probably for 3 hours straight and just, you know, and I sound really good and I'm playing good. It's really hard to put it down. Everyone else probably thinks oh God, I wish that motherfucker quit playing that damn thing. It sounds horrible. But to me, it sounds good. And I just don't want to quit playing it. So sometimes I'll sit and have a long practice session. But I do make myself get up and do shit. And not just sit there and play. Because that's just not good just to sit around all the time. You get up, stretch, go for a walk. Which if it looks like it's going to get nice today, I might go down to the park and walk down there. I don't know if it's raining or what. It don't look too bad out. It's just cloudy. We'll see. If it warms up, because it was warm yesterday. I had to go to the doctor, or I had to actually go to the pharmacy, and I got out yesterday a little bit and walked around and did shit. Went to the store. Oh, that fucker almost got me. Oh, not paying attention to that. Oh, I messed, almost hit myself. Oh, I'm talking, I'm not paying attention to this shit. I get whacked. I better stand up. Oh, would have got it that time. Yeah, that's why it's pretty important to control that thing. That's probably how you keep from getting cracked upside the head, because I wouldn't feel very good if that thing whipped around and hit you in the temple. Right, if I keep it right there, and that it's not going to hit me. But if it comes past that, it's going to get me. You know, that's kind of good things to know and try to get a feel for. Is knowing how far someone is away from you, if they can hit you, and you come into contact with them, and that's when shit. I like it when you start to touch and stuff. I got pretty good hand speed and I hit hard. And I'm not limited to this, like some people only hit like through certain strikes in their arts and stuff, or maybe they've only learned so much. I've done these practice with sticks since I was a kid, and training with the sticks, I have kind of taught me to hit from all angles. And my teacher always, backed that up too, because he's a Chinese Kempo guy. He's a boxer, and and he knew a lot of Wing Chun and a lot of just like different Chinese styles, Shaolin, style. Well, Wing Chun's Shaolin too, but he knew a lot of the Chinese, the mix. Some both internal and external, because Shaolin is both internal and external. It is. And what my teacher taught me, there was elements of white crane, elements of mantis, Tai Chi mantis, and Wing Chun. And there might even be more influence in other ways too, because he also did judo and aikido. And he was a pretty good boxer, man. I mean, he's really good amateur boxer. At least I thought he was good. He's better than me. I've learned from him, I learned quite a bit from him. But, but he wasn't really into weapons. So, I learned from Aikido. I learned my weapons from Aikido people. And Taekwondo too. Believe it or not, I learned my Taekwondo teacher when I was a little kid. He did judo, or judo. It's just Koreans call it something else. I think udo, or they say it differently than the Japanese, I think. I'm not really certain how they say it. I don't really remember. And we did something similar to kendo, because we had forms that we practiced with the Japanese style boken, and Chinese styles practice with Japanese style bokens too. They all have that saber type weapon, all people across the whole world really do have some form of it or another. So I learned some of that from like walking stick to Joe, and I learned that from Aikido, and I learned from Shaolin and some karate too, because I learned like bow a little bit, and from karate people, from different karate teachers and stuff that I met along my I made friends with, and they teach me stuff because they like me, because I ask them, I don't pretend like I know everything. I like learning stuff, so they teach stuff. Plus, I watch them. Okay, I'll start doing that. Yeah, that's cool, and that's a good way to thrust the thing. I try to be very simple and practical and pragmatic when I train these weapons. Like I use a Joe, I poke with it a lot. I poke and then I practice cracking someone in the neck with it. I have a Joe out there. Or not a Joe, a freaking one of those bobs. Big Joe. When I take my Joe, sometimes I practice on that bob with it, and I'll poke it, I'll do a thrust, and then I'll whack him in the head or whatever, and do stuff like that. And I try to be practical with it, as long as I use, and as well I use it like a walking stick. I actually have legitimate need for it as a walking stick, so I keep it with me, and I exercise with it. The Joe, or just a walking stick. Walking stick. You don't have to call it a Joe. That's what Japanese call it. Or whatever. You know. I just call it a walking stick. Because that's what I use it for. And it's, you know, it's an exercise tool. I can use it in a lot of ways. Which, you know, maybe, you know, this summer when I start getting out and it gets nicer, or maybe I'll show that, because that's the way I really like to exercise. Go outside and do a couple kicks, you know, as many as I can do, which probably isn't going to be very many anymore. Sucks. I used to do 500 kicks every morning. You know, I'd just go through all my kicks. I'd do 10 kicks each leg and go through every kick I knew. You know, do it 10 times from every angle, and I'd get there around 500 kicks, and yeah, I know, okay, I'm good and loosened up now. And then I just maybe start working on other stuff, because I do like to keep my kicks up. You know, even though likely the kicking technique that I do is probably going to be either a sweep of some type or kicking someone in the nuts, but I still try to keep them up. You know, because I like doing them. They're fun. And it's good for my brain, because I'm mapping out how to use my body. Well, I already know how to do it, but I mean, I'm redoing it again. It's good for my legs. It's good for my hip, my back, you know, and it's good for my heart too to do them. As long as I don't overdo it, because kicking takes a lot out of you. So I try to do them kind of slow, and you know, I'm not very as practical minded with my kicking when I practice it. You know, I try to be practical minded with these. And my kicking, like I said, my practical side of my kicking is going to be sweeping and pulling someone's legs out from under them, kicking their legs out, because I got good kicks. I can kick people's legs out from under them. I've done it before. And hook their legs and yank their legs out from under them, like, you know, like, that's what you practice that in judo. You know, if someone's only ever done kickboxing and karate, and you get, you know, back in the day, you get tied up, like, you get, oh, hey there, hey, let me help you up. Huh. You do that stuff, because, you know, because you got judo and Wing Chun, because both of those practice that. Oh, that Wing Chun's got some cool ass, you know, like, it's just like judo, like different, you know, can't think of what they call them in judo at the moment, with the same kind of movements that you're getting someone to go this way or that way, and then as they put weight, pull that foot right out from under them, and boom, down they go, and you bang, 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 knock the crap out of them, or kick them in the face. Really, in reality, is probably what you do. You just start kicking and stomping them and run away. I mean, depending on what the situation is, depending on what you're doing too. I mean, maybe a policeman might not start kicking someone and running away. Maybe a policeman might sweep them, fall down on them, do a knee drop on them, hold them down by the knee, turn them over, and put some kind of chin gnaw technique on them, and hold them down and control them, get the chin gnaw technique on them, get their cuffs on them, and you know, that kind of technique like that. You know, or like maybe someone like me, I probably would just kick them in the face or head and run away, because I don't want to fight nobody. I can't fight nobody, you know, I can't last for very long. I got to really be very precise in my technique, and you know, knock someone out or take them out if someone were to try to hurt me. You know, I mean, that's the reality of, you know, probably older martial artists are more dangerous than younger ones for that reason. I don't know. You know, I certainly would not want to have to tangle with any of them young dudes. What's cool about martial artists is most of them, the younger guys, usually have a hell of a lot of respect for the older guys, and they don't want to beat them up or nothing. Plus, a lot of the older guys are just fucking plain old goddamn mean. You want to fucking meet tangle with some old mean guy that's probably a few inches from fucking meeting Jesus? You probably don't. Because, yeah, fuck it, I'll just kick your ass, you know? But yeah, I am. I'm not about fighting though. I'm about practicing and learning and improving myself and helping others. You know. But I'm also about reality too. But yeah, I want to survive though. Someone fucking tries to hurt me. You know, I want the real thing. You know, that's why. I'm just into whatever strike that hurts somebody is what I'm into. I don't care if it's Wing Chun. I don't care if it's frickin' Manus. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's Muay Thai. It doesn't matter to me. It's just that it works. And I know it works because I feel the power in it, when I practice these different strikes, like the different elbows and stuff. And like I said, I do Chinese Kempo, so what I do is very similar to Muay Thai. It's a form of kickboxing. But it's also like Wing Chun too. It's also like a Tai Chi. It has those concepts and teachings in it too. It has a lot of those, so it's kind of cool. You know, I really do have a lot of Wing Chun concepts within me, and the more I watch other people out there that had the more traditional Wing Chun training, it's like, damn, it's like, holy cow, oh, okay, I get that. And I really like Izzo Wing Chun. I think he does a good job explaining stuff, and he seems like a pretty upright guy. He's not bullshit. He just wants to teach good Wing Chun and teach people how to defend themselves. And it is a good art. It's a great art. It's just there's a lot of people in it that they just want to make money. I can't blame them for that. If I could make money off my martial arts, I would too. But I'm not gonna ever turn my martial arts into about my ego or any of that fucking shit like that. My martial arts is going to always be about good self-defense and ways to exercise to keep your body as fit as you possibly can, remain as flexible as you can all throughout your life, and best that you can. You don't gotta be the best, man. You don't gotta be the most flexible or whatever. You just gotta try to maintain as best you can. That's just what I do. All right, well, I already got 30 some minutes, and I'm just bullshitting away and running up all the time on here. All right, I'll see you. Peace.